Now, before I get to my predictions, I'm having a little bit of a problem, which is why this video took a while. Some reason my external hard drive, which has all my slides and all that from my Super Bowl timeline video I've done for the last several years, is not working. I was going to get the slide from the Word file I had on my external last night and make the template, which you're seeing right now, just my new one. But unfortunately, it's not showing up. So that's going to be a big problem if I want to do my Super Bowl timeline video. So keep that in mind. And now, of course, 2:02 p.m. I'm finally making this. So, for like the 5th year in a row now, my Super Bowl prediction has changed. So, let's see. 2015, I was accurate with the Broncos and the Panthers. 2016, I had the Patriots and Cowboys. Ended up being Patriots and Falcons. 2017, I had Patriots and Vikings. Turned out to be Patriots and Eagles. 2018, I had Ravens and Saints. It turned out to be Patriots and Chiefs, so I was wrong at both of them. And then 2019, I had the Ravens and 49ers. It turned out to be Chiefs and 49ers. And this year, for the first time since 2018, both my predictions were incorrect. As remember, I had it being the Bills and Packers. Well, they were one game short, sadly, so couldn't get my prediction there correct. So, this year's Super Bowl is the Chiefs and Buccaneers. So, the away team Chiefs. They are the defending champs, of course, so they are the first team since the 2016-17 Patriots to make it back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, and they're going to try and win it back-to-back for the first time since the 2003-2004 Patriots, as they had the best record in the league and best record in franchise history as the number 1 seed, and they beat the Browns to make it for the third straight AFC Championship appearance, and then they convincingly crushed the Bills to make it back to the Super Bowl, as they try to get their second straight title and their 5th title overall. Remember, they won in 1962, 1966, 1969, and 2019. Meanwhile, the home team for the Super Bowl, ironically enough, the Buccaneers! How about that? For the first time ever, since 1969 actually, we're having a title game hosted by an actual team. And this is actual too, because the Buccaneers are the literal home team this year. Because remember how close the Vikings were in 2017 to host it? They technically were the away team if they made the Super Bowl that year. So they wouldn't actually have hosted it since they were the away team. But hey, it's still in their venue. And this time around, the Buccaneers are the actual home team. That is crazy. And I remember back in the beginning of the year where a lot of us were probably concerned, like, is Brady going to work out well with the Buccaneers here? I'm not so sure about that. Well, not only was I wrong, I was spectacularly wrong, as the expectations went much better than even I could have thought. They went 11-5, their best record since 2005, made the playoffs for the first time since 2007, ending the second longest drought in the league. They won a playoff game when they beat the football team, getting their first playoff win since they last made the Super Bowl. Then they beat the Saints to make it to the NFC Championship for the first time since 2002. Then they beat the Packers. So now they're in the Super Bowl for only the second time ever since 2002. And of course, they're hosting it. And of course, they are the first wild card team to make the Super Bowl since the 2012 Ravens. But they were not a wild card team. They won the division. The last time a team made the Super Bowl as an actual wild card team was the 2010 Packers. So yeah, the Buccaneers made here after 18 years to try and get their second title in their franchise history. So, who would win? Now, of course, remember, this is a rematch from week 13 or 12, I believe it was, on November 29th, when the Chiefs visited the Buccaneers, and the Chiefs won it 27-24. Now, don't let the score necessarily convince you that was a close one. The Chiefs pretty much handled their business. Remember, they put up like, 400, 500 yards like in the first half or something like that. Just a crazy beatdown. The Buccaneers just tried to make the comeback. And of course, ever since then, the Buccaneers have never lost a game since. They've won 7 in a row as they're bringing the momentum at home for the Super Bowl. So, for my prediction, I'm not fully sure who I say would get it. Because there's not going to be really a home field advantage, since remember, COVID, so there's not going to be a lot of people there. And of course, it's the Super Bowl, so I doubt it would be full of Buccaneers fans. But can you imagine if COVID was not around and the Super Bowl was fulfilled to capacity, how big of a Buccaneers home field advantage that probably would be, that would be interesting, but sadly that's not going to be the case. But I think the main deciding factor of who would win this game is how the Chiefs play. Because remember, I've been saying since like the last 2 months how the Chiefs are just barely winning their games. And I actually just looked it up. The last time until the AFC Championship last night, the last time the Chiefs had a convincing victory was when they beat the Jets 35-9 back on November 1st. So ever since then, until the Super Bowl, the AFC Championship, they've had very close games. As I'm looking at it right now, 2 points over the Panthers, 4 points over the Raiders, 3 points over the Buccaneers, 6 points over the Broncos, 6 over the Dolphins, 3 over the Saints, 3 over the Falcons before they got crushed by the Chargers, but of course they rest their starters, and then they only beat the Browns by 5 points. That's, to me, is a concern. If you are a really good team, you should not be winning close games. You should be blowing them out and dominating like the last 14-2 team, the 2019 Ravens. Remember how dominant they were? They were just blowing out teams week in and week out, pretty much. That is a big concern for me. Now, thankfully for the Chiefs, that blowout they did against the Bills gave me a lot more confidence in them, because going before that AFC Championship last night, I actually was thinking, you know what? I think the Buccaneers might actually get this in the revenge, in the rematch. But after that, I'm not as convinced now. I'm not as sure. So to me, it's going to come down to, will the Chiefs actually show up? If they play like they did in the AFC Championship, I think they're going to win and repeat. But if they don't show up and they play like they did like the last half of 2020, I think the Buccaneers might actually be able to pull it off. It's going to depend on really how the Chiefs play. But of course, since we don't know how the Chiefs are going to play or not, who knows, maybe the Buccaneers will shit the bed for all we know. Who would I pick, though? Like I said, back after November, I would have said the Chiefs would probably get in the rematch. But then, over the last few months, since then, well, actually, over a month or so, and then up until the AFC Championship, I would say the Buccaneers would get it. But now, after they play the Chiefs, the way the Chiefs played in the AFC Championship, I think I might lean slightly towards the Chiefs, but it's not really that much of a confidence boost. It's almost like it could go either way in my eyes, which I've never had done for my Super Bowl picks. I'm usually pretty confident on one side or another. But that will be my Super Bowl 55 pick, slightly with the Chiefs. But I won't be surprised if they choke or the Buccaneers get it. So, we'll see what happens on February 7th, when I'll do my drought video afterwards, the 2020 NFL project, and of course, who knows about my Super Bowl timeline video, since after all, like I said, my external hard drive is not working right now, and that's why this video was so delayed. And good luck to the Chiefs and Buccaneers, as the Chiefs try to get their 5th title and the Buccaneers try to get their 2nd. And sadly, since they just played this year, we will not get their rematch until the Buccaneers visit the Chiefs all the way until 2024. Well, actually, I can't say it for sure yet, because remember, this year they're going to have, the next season they're going to start having 17 games, so it's possible they could maybe play in 2021 and who knows when, but right now the confirmed date is definitely 2024. So, see you guys next time.